Hello, everybody. Got a great question for you guys today. It came from a Facebook group, and here's what it asks. If state law permits the unities of time, title, interest, possession, and person would be created when? So this is a how do you take title question, okay? So they're not asking about what type of tenancy or title would be taken here. However, there's really only one answer to it, and here's what it is. So we have the unities of time, title, interest, and possession, okay? So that means that it could be one of two things, okay? It could be joint tenancy, okay? Because we know that those four unities are required for joint tenancy, and we remember it through the acronym either TTIP or PITT. And then the other time that it would be created is in tenancy by the entirety. Okay. But now tenancy is by the entirety is interesting because you need the unities of time, title, interest, and possession, but also the unity of persons. Okay. And that means that you have to be married. Okay. So when we add in the unity of persons here, which they do, it means that they're referring to tenancy by the entirety. Okay. And that's also why they alluded to a state law permits, okay, because they're probably alluding to same sex marriages, things of that nature, where there might be some discrepancies there. However, I'm not going to get into that right now. So let's look at our answers and let's see if we could figure out which one's going to be the best one. So John, Peggy, and George buy a cottage. Now we can have the unity of time, title, interest, and possession on that one, but the one thing we wouldn't have is the unity of persons because we wouldn't have a marriage there. So that doesn't work. At least there's no illusion that there would be, and there is no polyamorous state that allows marriages like that. So that would be out of the question. B, Mr. and Mrs. Jones buys real estate. Ooh, yeah. C, Carrie buys her first house. That would be tenancy in severalty. So that is not going to be it, okay? Because again, you wouldn't have any of the unities required there, okay? Because it's just one person. A corporation. A corporation cannot take title, either joint or tenancy by the entirety, because the key benefit to joint tenancy and tenancy by the entirety is that of right of survivorship, meaning that the ownership upon death dissolves into the remaining owners. And corporations do not die. They can go bankrupt, but they do not die. They do not have a finite lifespan. So what happens is this, and therefore they cannot devise real property, and devise means to will. So D is out of the question. It is a real clear-cut winner there. B, Mr. and Mrs. Jones buys real estate happily ever after, the end. Have a great one, guys.